I just wanted to, one, when you heard about it, what was your feeling, and then what made you decide to go from Oakland, California, to then go and, talk about kind of, if you're comfortable with, when you meet Michael Brown's family, what were you able to share with them, from your point of view?
Again, thank you, Pittsburgh, for having us here. My wife, Beatrice, is sitting there.
Thank you for coming.
And much love to Jasiri. He's my nephew, and again, one hood family. I want to say thank you, Jasiri, for doing what you're doing with the young brothers in the community, because we see great things happening with One Hood, and also to Paradise. Much love. Oh, there he is, right in front of me. Much love to you, Paradise. So the question is, why did I go to Ferguson? Well, I'll tell you, the battle that we went through when my nephew was murdered. How many of you seen the movie Fruitvale Station? Thank you. From your family, seriously. It's supporting that movie. Because it speaks to the essence of what's happening today in our communities. And it's a real critical movie, and those that haven't seen it, take a look at it. It's not really about the tragedy, it's about the humanity of the young black man and brown man in our communities. So please see the movie. I'll tell it to you like this. It was the community that loved us, that embraced us, that went back and forth to court with us, that cried with us, that prayed for us, and utilized the First Amendment right to speak to the very injustice of seeing what happened to Oscar on that platform. It was caught on video. It was on January 1st, 2009. In addition to him being murdered that night, a young brother named Adolph Grimes, 22 years old, was shot 14 times in the back in New Orleans. And also another young brother, 22 years old, named Robbie Tolan, was shot in the back in Belvedere, Texas. He lived. The bullet actually ended his baseball career. 3 young black men shot approximately at the same time, the same day, 19 days before Obama was inaugurated.
Come on, T.
See what I'm saying? We was watered down, so we wouldn't pay attention to the police murders and shootings that was happening. But anyway, in our battle, because of the community embrace, it gave us enough wind to be able to stand up to begin to speak to this issue. And so, when we came home from, like Jasiri saying, from a long battle to get the first officer in California state history arrested, charged, convicted, and sent to jail.
Yeah.
We just get the crap on that.
Listen more.
And we're talking about the history of the state of California. There's been many shootings and many young brothers dead. But behind that, 2 days later, right when we got home, because they had moved our case to Los Angeles, another young man was shot in the back, Derek Jones. And so, I felt like we failed. And so I had to embrace that family. And when I embraced that family, I felt something. It was a spiritual connection with that family that I felt. And ever since that point, God has allowed us to begin to meet families all across this country, to embrace, to love, to stand with, to cry with, to pray with, and even go back and forth to court with them in hopes that they can get justice. But more so, to let them know that what happened to their family, they're not alone. And so, I believe I've seen Leon Ford. Is he here?
Yes.
Okay, and I haven't met the brother, but I remember when Attorney Crump called and said, could you come to Pittsburgh to stand with me with this young brother who'd been shot? And I've read the story, and I wanted to come, but I couldn't because we were doing other things at the time. So much love to you, Leon, for doing what you're doing in this community.
We of course wanted Leon on the panel, but for those that don't know, he's still under a gag order, which includes social media, which to me is crazy. And even though he was found not guilty of the most serious charges, and because it was they still haven't decided, even though Zapala said that September 26th he would decide whether or not he would retry. We still haven't heard now October 3rd. This is part of the issue, but I'm going to kind of get into that a little bit with you, Brandy. But thank you, Brother Leon, for being here. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate your spirit. And we stand with you. We stand with you.
I want you to know our family send our love, and whatever I can do to support in hopes that you get the justice that you truly deserve, and that officer will also be incarcerated for shooting you.
That's
and
right.
Others,
That's right.
We're here for you. Now, basically to answer the question, so when we got word that a young man had been shot again, we were, I can tell you all these faces here, we've been with the families. The Trayvon Martin family, the Ron Davis or Jordan Davis family, the Kendrick Thompson family, and the Till family. I could go on with the families. But we knew we had to get to St. Louis or Ferguson. So we were here Monday. He was shot on Saturday. We were there on Monday night. And we hit the ground and we went into the community. And I'll tell you, if you haven't been there, or if you could have got there, you would have felt what we're talking about, this spirit.
That's right.
There was a real special spirit from the young people, because we've been all over the country. I'm talking about with the masses with Trayvon Martin, with the masses with Jordan Davis, with the masses of Ramali Graham. I could go on with the names, but the feeling that we got that happened in Ferguson was brand new.
Okay.
And my brother said that everything that you saw was a lie in the media, but what I want you to understand that wasn't a lie. The real militarization of the police, that was not a lie.
That's right.
And matter of fact, it was watered down to a degree because they knew that if America, especially us, can really see just how they contain in our community, you would be outraged. Because white America is even outraged because they know it can affect them today. See what I'm saying? But that has been designed for our community. So what we saw, and the young people, despite the militarization, stood up.
No fear.
And said, not on our watch.
That's right.
Was powerful.
That's right.
And so we say, always, this is the new leadership that's getting ready to take place.
That's right.
And it's my hope that an event like this plants seeds in you to rise up. Because it's the rising up that's going to change this dehumanization and the criminalization that's taking place with these young people in our community that seem to be as okay in America to murder, like my nephew, like Eric Gardner, like Ramali Graham, like the attempted murder on Leon Ford, like Alan Bluford in Oakland, Jordan Davis. I can go on with the names. You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's critical that we take this opportunity to begin to do something about it. And I'm going to give you one thing that you can do when you leave here today just to become involved. Every known police shooting that you know about, tweet about it. Because America got to see just how heinous this act is in our community, how it's affecting our babies and taking away our right to live. Because if we fail, what about our children, babies?
Right.
This is not even about us today. It's about these young people.
That's right.
Criminalization.
Thank you.